Yo, what up, niggas? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live from Dnipropetrovsk, Ukraine. And today, we're having part 4 with my homie Jessie, who is reporting live from Brooklyn, New York right now. What's going on, Jess?
Ain't shit.
Anything has changed with you since last time? Well, first of all, before we get to you, what the fuck is going on over there with all this cop being killed and niggas protesting and killing cops or whatever?
Honestly, I don't give up with it and I don't give a fuck.
Apparently, the cops were killed near your hood.
Yeah, they were, but my neighborhood's still fine.
Oh, your neighborhood's all good? Like, no one's protesting or wilding out?
Nah, my shit good.
Oh, shit, fuck that. Well, then you lucky. Well, anyway, let's just get straight to it, because you know what? People were fiending after part 3. Because part 3, we had the little interview. It cut off. Internet was fucked up. And now we get to continue. I honestly don't remember exactly where we left off.
Neither do I.
But from what I uploaded on YouTube, I remember you talking about how you were almost ready to off yourself because of this girl. And then I remember asking, do you love her that much? You're like, yeah, you know, she's different. She speaks her mind. She's really good looking, you know, and, you know, she was just different. That was the thing you liked so much about her, is that she was different. And she was like the type of girl for you. You said she had blue eyes and all this stuff. And at that point in time, you had just, you know, did the whole, it was 2 weeks after the wedding.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened after that interview, or is it just like a blank slate?
I don't remember anything about that interview, to be honest with you.
Did you watch the video? Or
I watched the video, but it's been a while, and I don't remember shit like that.
Alright, fuck it. So let's continue it. Bring us up to speed with what you do remember from the earliest possible that you haven't said yet until right now. This is all your time. Take it away.
Thing is, first of all, I want to say that I'm not making this video so people can judge me or do whatever the fuck they want to do. Just, I don't know, people need to understand that there's dudes like me out there. And women like me too. Like, people think the way I do. I'm not just some weird fucking, like, I don't know, fucking, I don't know the word I'm looking for here, but still, like, there's people like me out there. You know what I mean? I'm not just the only person like that. And I had a talk last week with this lady. She's like 60-something plus.
Shit.
And she didn't understand. Like, when I was talking to her, she was like, yo, I've never met anyone like you. And this lady was in her 30s when, in the fucking 80s, bro.
Mm.
And that shit kind of dumbfounded me a little bit, because I was telling her all about what happened, and she just did not understand how anybody could be like I am. She didn't get it. And that kind of, I don't know, that kind of pushed the button in me. And I don't know, I didn't really realize anything from it, because I already know everything. I overthink everything. Everything I do is thought out, planned out. I don't know. I just thought somebody that age would understand where I'm coming from, and even she didn't. She kind of bugged me out. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, but the people want to be up to date on, wait, who was this lady? Was she a random lady, a relative, or? This
was some random old lady at this bar that's next door to my job. There's a girl that works there that I give her free coffee. She gives me free booze. So I went over there one day. It was on Friday, and this lady was there talking to her. It's like a regular, I guess. She was talking to her, and it sounded like she's been there before. And we got into this whole conversation. She was weird.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, but most of the people out there want to be updated on the situation with the girl you're having an issue with. I don't want to call her your girl. I don't want to call her your ex, because honestly...
She's not my girl no more. I don't even know if I could call her my ex.
Well, that's basically what some people are trying to find out, because apparently, according to the last video, it's like, it was like a cliffhanger. No one really knows exactly what was going on because it wasn't really finished. They didn't know if it was your girl and she was breaking your heart, or it was a girl that you were trying to make your girl. It wasn't really clear on what was going on at that time.
Alright, at the time, I don't know how much I went into detail, but or what day this was, I don't remember anymore. But at the time, she had disappeared. Right, I think this was when we made the video. Because she said she had to go get some surgery. This, that, and the third, blah blah blah. And I didn't hear from her when I expected to hear from her. Right, so I was bugging out. My house is like, oh my god, this chick is fucking dead. Something. And I was in my house just fucking bugging, right? A couple days later, she hits me up. She's like, oh, hey, what's up? And she tells me she was in the psych ward in the hospital because she had tried to kill herself. And I was like, okay. I understood that because I know what she's going through. She was going through a lot of shit. And she had tried to kill herself before. But I was there, the first time. She called me when she tried to kill herself the first time. She called me on fucking Skype and tried to do it in front of me. I asked her why the fuck she would try to do something like that. And she was like, I wanted to see you. And I was like, okay. And that's powerful shit, If you're the last person somebody wants to see before they go out, the way I see it, it means something, So she comes out the hospital, she tells me this shit, and I was like, holy shit, I was fucking worried about you, this, that, and the third. And blah, 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 blah. So now she has no job. She's staying at her father's house because the place she was staying at she was staying with her aunt. But her aunt didn't want to stay in there no more because of what she did or whatever the fuck, right? So she's staying with her father. And I was like, yo, if you need something, just hit me up, right? So she needed cash, right? So I gave her some money to like eat and survive and get a Metro card or whatever. And I was doing this, right, for like 2 weeks. Then at some point I come to find out, at some point she blocked me.
Oh, on Facebook?
Yeah, this was like last week.
At random?
Yeah, because I kept hitting her up, right? Every day I was like, yo, you good? You need something? Are you okay? Blah, 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 right? Because I gave a shit about her. So I just always, every fucking day, I was trying to ask her if she was good, if she was okay, if everything was alright. I didn't want her to do anything stupid. I tried to kill herself again. And a couple times, you know how on Facebook when you message somebody, it tells you when they see your message?
Yes.
Right. So a couple times I send her messages, I keep sending her messages, and then at one point, the shit would say seen, but then she wouldn't even try to reply, right? So that shit kind of made me a little bit angry. And I would say some shit that's kind of stupid. Right? Like, yo, like, what the fuck? Why are you ignoring me? Are you aware that I know when your messages are coming through? And do you have my number saved in your phone? That kind of shit, right? Because I was calling her too. I was texting her. I was messaging her. I was doing all this kind of shit. I was using every form of contact that I had to contact this girl just because I wanted to know if she was okay. So, I don't know if it was last week. I've been drinking a lot. She blocks me, right? So I go upstairs and I go on my brother's shit. And I was like, yo, you got her Facebook, right? So he goes on her Facebook and her Facebook pops up clear as day. So I was like, oh, she blocked me. Okay. So I run back downstairs. I was doing my thing. I was drinking. I was watching some shit. Went to sleep. Like 12 o'clock, my phone was making noises. So I wake up and I read the shit. And it was my cousin's girl, actually. She was like, yo, she blocked you because she's in a relationship now or whatever, right? But I had seen a week before that this dude posted a picture. Because when people post pictures of people you know, people you have friended, it comes up or whatever.
Right.
So this dude posted a picture and he was talking about some shit about how there's a level there, this, that, and the third. That was on the 13th. And I ignored it. Because I was fucking wasted. I was like, whatever. So from that day, even though I ignored it, I still had suspicions. I was like, okay, what the fuck is she doing? And I kept helping her out. I gave her money the following week. Mm-hmm. Right? Because she said she needed it. She said she wanted to be with me. She said she needed me. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. And I told her, I was like, yo, I'm working on getting a place. So when I get my place, you could move in, you can stay there. Whatever. She was like, okay, cool. Because, you know, I want that. And that day she blocked me. I got super pissed off. And I started sending her mad emails and fucking texts and shit about how she lied to me. And she's a fucking coward. She's a user. And all that shit. And she didn't say shit, right? A couple days later, I'm sleeping again because I was fucking twisted. So I was sleeping. I wake up around 12 a.m. and there's like 6 like messages in my inbox on my phone. So I'm reading them, and she's telling me all this shit, talking about how I pushed her away and how the way I spoke to her was disgusting. And I was just like, yo, the thing that got me is, how did I push you away? I pushed you away by trying to like ask you how you are and shit, basically trying to find out how you are and how I could help you if shit's not okay, right? And she's telling me all this shit, and I was still kind of drunk when I woke up. So I told her some shit about how I wanted my fucking money back and blah, blah, blah. I don't want my fucking money back. I don't fucking care about the money. I gave her the money. I told her when I was giving her the money, she always told me she was going to pay me back. Mm-hmm. And I told her when I was giving her the money, I was like, yo, this is your money. Do with it what you need to do. And that's that. Don't worry about it. Right? But then when I found out that she went and hooked up with this fucking dude, of course I was pissed off, right? Because she was telling me some other shit. She's telling me this and she's doing that, basically.
Right.
Then I find this shit out. And then the thing is, like, just that Monday, it was last week Monday, I met up with her to give her some more money, right? And when I was emailing her about this shit, she's telling me about how she wasn't seeing anybody at the time. And I was like, yo, come on, man. The dude posted the pictures and all the shit that he said on the 13th. I met up with her the next week, that Monday, basically. And she had the nerve to tell me she wasn't seeing nobody then. You could have told me that Monday you were seeing this nigga, bro. And then on Monday, when we were chilling and I was talking to her, I told her all this shit. I was like, yo, I can't fucking sleep because I'm worried about you. When I go home, I just got you in my fucking head, right? And finally, she goes home. We were like 2 blocks away from my crib. And I gave her the money. And I bounced. And it was like 2 days after I found out for sure. That's when she blocked me. That's when I found out that she was seeing this dude. And that's when I emailed her all the fucked up shit. And I don't feel good about emailing her that fucked up shit. Because I could have treated myself with so a little more integrity. But shit happened. I was pissed off and drunk. And I said a lot of fucked up shit.
So in the email, you were basically telling her that you wanted your money back, and she was kind of a bitch for what she did, basically.
Basically, that's what I told her. I didn't want to tell her all that shit. The way I phrased my feelings or whatever I said was kind of fucked up. She might have deserved it, whatever. But me being who I am, I should not have spoken like that.
And that was the last time she was communicating with you.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, I was like, yo, listen, I'm sorry. I spoke to you the way I did. I said the shit I said in anger, or I did what I did in anger. And if you ever need some shit, you can still come to me. Blah blah blah, all that shit, all that fucking sucker nigga shit. Told her all that shit, and then that's when she stopped responding.
And she hasn't contacted you since.
Nah. I mean, she had logged into my Gmail, right? Like 2 weeks ago, the last time we hung out. She logged into my Gmail on my phone, so it's still there. So I can still see shit. I'm seeing all her emails, basically. A couple of days ago, this dude emails her. I guess some dude she's known for years. He's like, yeah, I'm tired of your lies and your fucking excuses. And you said when I loaned you this money, I was going to get it back in December, and Christmas is around the corner. So, am I going to get this money, or should I just look known as a loss and not expect to get it back ever, right? So I took this dude's email account, and I emailed him. I was like, yo, bro. I told him I had lent him money too, and God knows how many more dudes loaned him money, and he shouldn't expect to get that shit back, right? But he wasn't really in the same situation as me. He's like, well, whatever, I just loaned her money because I know her father, and I know what kind of person she is, and blah, blah, blah. So he's like, well, when I get back in town, I'm going to go to her pops, and I'm going to get her more money back. That's that. Shit, I don't know. Well, she just kind of fucked up, because she was telling me some shit, and I always thought she always told me the truth, because she told me a lot of fucked up things. But that day when I got her email, I just saw shit that just kind of bugged me out. But I still didn't even flip, because it's like, okay, this is a chick trying to survive, basically. So I kept happening just because that's who I am. It's like, all right, she's trying to get help from whoever the fuck would help, and I don't blame her for that.
But my thing is, I think Jose and maybe Kevin and some of those guys try to warn you? She was kind of...
Jose, yeah, because Jose worked with her before. He met her years ago. Kevin doesn't know shit about this woman. I think Brian knew her a little bit years ago, and Shabu.
And do you remember Jose's warnings? Remember, Jose's a smart guy.
I remember all that. Like, again, I think I said this in the beginning of the video. It's like, I'm not making this video to be judged or whatever the fuck. This is just people who think differently or act differently, and I'm just one of them.
I mean, I feel you, but my thing is, I don't want these kind of things to happen to you constantly, you know?
I get you, but that shit doesn't happen to me constantly. How often does this happen to me? This is the first time something like this has
when
happened.
it comes to money, yeah, it's the first time with money. I guess your usual situation, from what I remember, was a little different. You would really fall for a girl or something, and maybe the girl wasn't sure if she was really falling into you, and then she'll end up not talking about your ex, but in other situations. The girl wasn't sure if she was really falling for you, but by that time it's too late because you really fell for her. Then she's like, I don't want to do this, and then you're left pissed off.
Yeah, I mean, that happened a good few times.
I can remember some of them. It had nothing to do with money. I remember the gothic chick who was really skinny. There was the Dakota chick. There was the gothic chick's black friend. I think you guys...
What?
The black friend of the gothic chick, that black girl, no? Am I tripping?
Nah, I don't think so.
I'm tripping. Ignore that one. Damn, am I slipping? There's definitely more. I just don't know how I don't remember.
No, there's a lot more, but that I don't remember any gothic chick's black friend.
But you remember the goth chick though? What was her name?
Nicole.
Yeah, Nicole, that bitch. I remember her weird ass.
Yeah, she's weird as fuck.
I thought you were into one of her friends or some shit. Who else was it? Damn, I can't remember any others, man. It's either I've been in Ukraine too long or what the fuck?
Well, before Dakota, there was Sandra. You remember that Mexican girl?
Oh, yes, the small Mexican girl. She was like my daughter.
She's so cute.
I remember that. She was my daughter. I was always giving her money and stuff when she needed it. I remember that.
Yeah, that shit was weird.
Shit, who else was it? I remember Bert used to go through this shit too, but it was different though. He used to beat up his rivals.
The thing is, I had found out like years later that she was into me too.
Sandra?
Yeah, I found out from Charlie when Charlie was dating Charlie was dating one of her friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I had found out that she was also into me, but like she didn't want to do anything because we were friends or whatever the fuck, and she didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's fucked up.
Well, sometimes I mean, there's a girl out here in Ukraine that I'm into, and I actually almost had some really strong feelings for her. And I mean, we messed around a little, whatever, but in the end, we decided just to be friends because we love having each other in each other's lives, you know. So sometimes that's actually a really good option.
Yeah, I get that, but like a person like me, I can't. If I have those feelings for you, I can't just be your friend.
Right.
Because that shit's always gonna be in the back of my head.
So, just out of curiosity, if there was one girl you wish you could be with out of all the girls you ever fell in love with, basically, who did you fall in love with the hardest? Because you were known to be the brother who falls in love a lot. Who was the one? Hell yeah, you were known for that. Who was the one that you felt was the one that you fell in love with the most?
I'd have to say it was this last one.
The most.
She fit right in, bro. Like, people don't understand because they don't know who I am and they don't know who she is really. But everything that she was into, basically everything she was, fit right into my life.
But you seem to be handling it pretty well, which I'm kind of impressed.
I'm handling it okay, I think.
Yeah, you definitely are. Like, when did you send her that last email? Like, what, a week ago?
Just about. I can't really check right now, but...
Well, yeah, you seem to be handling it pretty well. Usually you kind of, you kind of just don't really want to talk. You're always putting up the negative Facebooks. But right now you seem to be recovering pretty quickly. I guess I'm proud of that.
I'm surprised. I'm just as surprised as everyone else is.
That's interesting.
It's not really as harsh as I thought it would be, but I don't know. I'm just kind of taking things in stride.
Damn. Well, maybe you're getting used to it. You thought of that?
I don't think so. It's just because I realized why she did that, basically. Or even if I'm realizing wrong, the reason I think she did it is, I don't know, it's just not bugging me that much.
All right, I'll leave it at that. I won't try to change your mind on it because that seems to be keeping you.
Nobody can change my mind on it. You've known me for how long? People don't change my mind. I'm stubborn.
Right. Well, I don't know. Only thing I'm saying is like, it's just I know you see she's just trying to survive and stuff, which is true, but at the same time, she totally just walked all over you. Not even just your heart, but
she did. She did.
Not just your heart, but you as a person. Like, she didn't give a shit about you, and it seems like she leaves a trail of dudes on the floor with footprints on their chest.
She does that. I realize that too, but at the end of the day, I am who I am, and this is how I am. That's who I'm gonna be for the rest of my fucking life,
I'd be pissed the fuck off. But did you never even once think, when you saw this girl trying to kill herself in front of you on Skype, did you never once think, this girl's a little unstable, I don't think I want to mess with her?
I knew she was unstable, bro, but again, she wanted to kill herself because she wanted to end it on her own terms. She has cancer.
I know that.
That's the way I saw it. It's like, okay, she'd rather go out on her own terms than let this fucking cancer kill her in a year or 2 years or whatever the fuck it's gonna be, however long. Right? Because you know me, I'm an overthinker. I think everything through, like, a lot.
Right.
Before I make a choice. And I made the choice to stick with it.
Yeah, I see. You seem pretty happy with the choice. I saw you put her photo on your VK profile, like you guys together, and that made me think you were in a relationship.
The day I took it off was the day I found out that she was with that dude.
I think that around the time you put that up, they were probably dating, like they just started dating or something.
Yeah, they had to have been dating before that, because like I said, it was the 13th.
Right.
And I put that picture up after that. It had to happen the 13th, because the dude put up that picture talking about how he's in love with her and all this shit. And I'm like, yo, this nigga's not going to put this picture up if he just met you and hung out with you for 3 hours and then you went home, he went home. There's no way.
Right. That's what she was saying.
And that's what she told me. That when I was telling her in the emails.
Look, girl.
And I told her, I was like, yo, Monday when we hung out, and I gave you that money. You could have told me that you were seeing this dude. She had the nerve to tell me that she wasn't seeing anybody at the time. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking bullshit. I'm like, how stupid do you think I am? And I did stupid shit in spite of knowing more than you think I know. But I'm not fucking stupid.
Right.
You know, those are choices I made. I made stupid choices. I made the choice to keep helping you because I fucking love her, basically. But I'm not fucking stupid, man.
I mean, this kind of reminds me of a situation I had not too long ago. I don't want to mention any names because apparently, like, every girl I ever held hands with still watch my videos. It's crazy. Right. But it reminds me of something. I'll get to it real quick, then I'll leave it alone. This is something my viewers don't know, and loyal viewers will be able to figure out who it is and when it was. But there's a similar situation of a girl I was really close to, you know, really, really close. I wasn't in love with her, but I loved her. You know, she was mad cool. She was very, very open-minded. She always spoke her mind. She was always honest with me. She would tell me things that other girls wouldn't tell me about myself, good things and bad things. She's not one of those girls like, oh yeah, you're the best. They're like, oh, you're good, but you could be better if this, and that. I'm like, goddamn, bitch, you know. She was always honest with me. You know, she was great all around. It's just I just wasn't in love with her. That was the thing.
Right.
And so, because I wasn't in love with her, I was being the usual Phil, you know, I was seeing her and I was seeing other people, and she knew I was seeing other people, and she was okay with it.
Right.
But generally what happened was, like, I know people well. I understand people very well. That's why I've done many things. I've dated many girls, and, like, I've trusted them, and they never broke my trust. Like, I leave girls who I've maybe met one time in my house alone with my passport, my money. I go out to the gym, come back, everything's still here. You know, and even one time with one girl, some managers out in Russia tried to rob me. I had her help me get my money, and then when I did get my money, I gave her, I don't know, it's like $2,000 just to hold in Russia while I was in America. And when I came back to Russia, I wanted her to meet me and give it to me, and she did it. $2,000, you know what I mean? And so that's the person I knew for maybe a week at that time. So I can tell just by a person's eyes when they're being honest or not. And this one girl was she just started off with some, I'm thinking I should change my plans with this certain thing because blah, blah, blah. And I just turned around and I said, are you breaking up with me? And she was like, no. I mean, not breaking up, but, you know. I said, are you leaving me? She goes, no, what makes you think that? I'm like, you're completely leaving me right now. I can tell you're leaving me. She's like, no, I'm not leaving you. Long story short, by the end of the day, after all the talking, she was leaving me. What happened was she met someone else, and I had a clue, I had a feeling. I don't want to give the feeling on camera, but she wanted to watch something that she never watches. I'm like, why are you watching this? And then I figured it out as the day goes on. I'm like, if you just met someone else, you want to be with someone else, why couldn't you just tell me? It's like, because it's not that. Sometimes, what I learned from that, what I think I learned is sometimes when a person really cares for you, not saying this is your situation, but sometimes when a girl really cares for you, she may say things that aren't true, not because she's trying to lie, but because she honestly believes it. So when she told me things like, I don't want to leave you for that guy, she really thought that was true, but that wasn't the truth. She was saying that because she loved me, but in the end, at the end of the day, what she really wanted was the other dude. She just didn't know how to say it. And it wasn't like she was hiding it. It's just because she loved me more than him, but he is better for her. So, like, it was her heart versus her brain. Her heart.
That's exactly what I'm thinking right now. It's like, okay, she told me all that shit, and I believe it. Maybe it's not true. Maybe, like you said, it's what she believes.
Right.
But what ended up happening is the dude is in a better situation than I am, and he's better for her life than I am.
The heart versus the brain. That's how I see it.
Right, and she's all about the brain right now because the situation she's in is super fucked up. And I get it. Okay, you freaked out. But the thing that pissed me off is that she had so much time to just tell me. And I told her many times too. I was like, yo, if you don't want to be with me, for whatever reason, you can tell me. And I'm still going to help you out if you need help. I told her that shit. I mean, what you just said pretty much negates what I just told you, but still, it's like, why? Somebody gives you the opportunity to just come clean with no repercussions. Why not take it?
Well, it's not that they believe there's going to be no repercussions. Their heart won't let them believe that.
I suppose so.
It's like she cares. She cares for your feelings. She does care for your feelings. I believe she does. Maybe people think I'm stupid for saying that. But
I know she does, bro. I know she does.
right. I think she just cares for your feelings. She just didn't know how to say it properly. That's it. No matter how honest a girl is, when she's in love, when it comes to telling her lover or the person she loves bad news, it never really comes out right.
Yep.
So.
I was talking to Bridget yesterday, actually.
Oh shit.
Yeah, she hit me up. She was like, "You need somebody to talk to?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Because talking isn't really helping anything, but I ended up saying a bunch of shit, and I told her a bunch of crap. And, like, she was receptive. She was actually listening to what I was saying, as opposed to, like, when I posted on Facebook, people, like, talking about how I'm fucking idiot, I'm an idiot, or this, that, and the third. I'm like, yo, I'm not a fucking idiot. I thought all this shit through. I know the decisions I made might have been idiotic, but I'm not an idiot. Okay, I thought everything through. I could have made a decision like you would have, but I made my decision because I am who I am. I'm not you, basically. People don't seem to get that. People seem to think that everyone's supposed to be like they are. No, bro, you're unique. I'm unique. Everyone's different. They don't understand it. So when they read somebody else's post, they don't get it because it's not something they would say, or it's not the way they would feel, or the way they would respond to a certain situation. People have to stop to think. It's like, okay, I wouldn't respond to the situation like this, but I'm not that person. So what can I say to this person that's not judgmental? Or what can I say to this person to help that's not judgmental? And if you can't say anything that's not judgmental, don't say anything.
Right.
And that's that. Just look at it, maybe click like. You can keep moving. That's it. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, because I see shit all the time that I just want to post on, I want to comment on, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing because I don't know this person. I'm not going to comment on this shit because I don't know where they're coming from with this shit, because he's thinking, or he or she is thinking differently than the way I would think of.
Right.
So I might click like and move along, and I won't say shit. You know, people need to understand that. Not everyone's the same. People aren't just one. We're not robots. Say something.
So my question is, back to the girl. If she were to get on her feet and try to get back into your life in a romantic way, would you let her?
I told Bridget yesterday, and I'll keep it 100% honest with you, I probably would. I probably would. I give her a chance. If she fucked up again, then I'm done. But I think in this world, people deserve second chances, and I've never gotten them. And even though I've never gotten one, I still believe people deserve a second chance. Because the thing that made her kind of standoffish towards me is something that happened after my brother's wedding. It's like we were in the car coming on the way back home. And she was really depressed because she was supposed to get married like 6 months ago, right? Some dude, but the dude left her when he found out she got cancer. So my brother was getting married, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go to my brother's wedding. And she was like, oh, I wanna go, blah, blah, blah. And then she said she wanted to go, and then 3-4 days later, she was like, oh, nah, I'm good. And then another couple days later, she's like, oh, I really wanna go. And then just before then, my brother was like, yo, you know what? You can bring her to the wedding if you want. And I was like, all right, cool, awesome. So I told her, I was like, yo, my brother said you can come to the wedding. And she was like, nah, I don't want to go. And I was like, yo, you're going to go because you said you wanted to go. And he just told me that you can come because he knows that you want to go, blah, blah, right? So we ended up going to this wedding. And of course, she gets all like fucking teary-eyed and depressed because she was supposed to get married, right?
Right.
So we get to the reception. And, you know, I don't dance and do all that bullshit. But music was coming on. I was like, yo, you want to dance? Because I like this chick, and I was like, I wanted her to have fun. So like, you want to dance? And she was like, no, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, an hour and a half later, she wants to dance. And my cousin was there, my other cousin, and my cousin's girl, and my brother. And at one point, when she started talking about how she wanted to dance, this, that, third, my cousin's girl, who like she'd been talking to, she became kind of friends with her. She's like, so if you want to dance, why not just go dance with Jessie? Because I already told her, I was like, yo, I hate dancing. She knows I hate dancing. But I offered her to go up and dance because everyone else was dancing and I wanted to have fun, right? So, okay, the night goes on. Eventually, we went up and danced a couple songs or whatever. On the way home, she was mad fucking wasted. She had a lot of booze that night. So did I. So she keeps talking about how she's not used to the guys like me. She's used to more rugged dudes and blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, yo, listen.
Bro, do you remember you told us this story?
I did? Yeah. I was just like, yo, don't stop acting like I'm some fucking pussy, bro. Like, I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, I'm romantic, I guess. And I love chicks. I act the way they are towards them. But if something happens, I'm with it. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, no one's happy, don't hit me. That's not me, man. So that shit pissed me off. And I came home. There's still the hole in the fucking wall. I don't know if you can see it.
I remember you told me you came home, you punched the wall and that shit, and you were mad. And you at the time, I don't know if you remember, but at the time you said she said something that set you off. You just didn't remember. Do you remember now?
I don't remember, bro. But as soon as we parked, like just before we parked, she had said some shit. Cause like on the way back, after a while, I calmed down. But just like when we got on the block, she said some shit. And the moment we parked, I got out of that car like a fucking banshee, bro. And I ran in the house. I put that hole in that wall.
Damn, I wish I knew what she said.
I was fucking pissed off, bro.
I'm dying to know what she could have said to set you off like that. Damn, you could have wrote it down. I'm just imagining.
Oh man, that shit pissed me off. But that's the thing, like, that's another thing she said when I was emailing her the last time. She told me about how I scared her half to death by doing that. And I was like, yo, you're a girl who's been beaten by your ex-boyfriends before. And I scared you by hitting a wall? Kind of weird.
Definitely.
How does that scare you half to death? Somebody who's been actually hit by more than one ex-boyfriend before. I chose to attack an inanimate object instead of you because I was angry. And that scared you?
And she wasn't near the wall when you hit it, not like...
She was outside, bro. She was still in the car.
Oh, okay.
I was the first one out the car. I was the first one in the house. Everything. She was nowhere near this space when I hit that wall.
Shit.
Nowhere.
Damn.
Because I could have punched you in the face in the car if I was one of your exes.
Maybe she would have liked it better. I don't know.
Probably. She would have been all about it.
Some girls are like that, you know, right to the face. You saw Ray Rice and Jay Palmer, his wife, whatever. He punched her in the face, knocked her out, dragged her out the elevator. They were making out in handcuffs 15 minutes later. You know, some chicks, you really just got to give them a right hook and they'll appreciate you. You know what I mean? But just something else to throw in there about that girl I was talking about. You told me how this girl's in a bad situation and all that stuff.
Right.
And you understand what she did. But something interesting about the girl I told you about, my situation, was that there was a time where, I guess she was in a bad situation. I wasn't in a bad situation ever when we were together. But there were times where we put ourselves in bad situations just to see how we handle it. So there were times where we were homeless.
Right.
We were homeless. It depends on what country we were in. We refused to spend a certain amount of money on a hotel, so we'll see how we survive together by ourselves without a lot of money and not using it and stuff. So, right. And her ex was rich, and there were a lot of rich guys who were trying to get her, but she decided to stay with the person who didn't have that much money just because she was in love. So that's just something I want to throw out there, that when you do find a girl, who I feel the girl who really wants to be with you will do whatever she can to be with you regardless of the financial situation. Same exact thing with Charlie when his in-love ass. Remember that time Charlie came back to New York from Germany to be with that young girl, but he was homeless? And I cracked that joke. Wait, what was the joke? I remember. He was like, I'm like, what are you doing back in New York? He's like, yeah, man, you know, I'm here because I'm in love with whatever the fuck her name is. I'm like, you're in love? Dude, where do you live? I don't have a house. I'm homeless right now. I live under the bridge. I'm like, you're crazy. He goes, well, I guess you've never been in love. And I was like, well, I've been in a house, and let me tell you, it has its advantages. But in a way, I see what he was doing.
Now let me tell you something about what you just said with this girl and about how you couldn't stay in a place for whatever, a few nights or some shit. This chick, when I first met her, there was this dude that was feeling to be with her, right? So he would give her money and all sorts of shit, and blah, blah, blah. This nigga bought the tickets to the fucking Book of Mormon.
Shit.
Look that shit up on the website. The Book of Mormon tickets like at least 500.
Damn.
For like bad seats. This dude bought the tickets for the Book of Mormon, and then he got a hotel room right there, right off the corner where I work, right across the street. There's a hotel there, the Hilton Garden. And he got a hotel room there. So I was like, okay, whatever, do what you gotta do, because I trusted her, and I was like, okay, do what you gotta do, blah, blah. She wanted to go see the Book of Mormon, right? I was expecting her to go see this shit, and the dude was gonna be there, right? The nigga wasn't there. He bought only one ticket just for her.
Wow.
He couldn't really afford it, right? So she went to watch the Book of Mormon. She leaves like halfway through, comes back to my job, because I'm sitting there waiting, right? She comes back to my job, she said, that shit's fucking racist, it's awful. So we went and we had some drinks at a bar close by, right? So when the Book of Mormon show was over, when it was supposed to be over, she goes back to the hotel room, right? I was like, all right, I'll see you in a bit. So she goes back in the hotel room, and she's just in there, and she's like, she tells the nigga, oh, I need fucking $100. I need some food. So the dude gives her $100.
Damn.
She comes back outside, she calls me, and we go get some food on this dude's dollar. And then she goes back, right? And at some point, she hits me up again, talking about how the dude keeps trying to touch her and this, that, third, and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, yo, fuck that dude. So I want to go meet up with her again. We go back to the same bar, we drink some more. And before she went back, I was like, yo, I don't think you should go back over there because that dude's fucking weird, creepy, and he's getting all touchy. So I was like, okay, so I think you should come back to my house, right? So we're walking back to the hotel room. I'm like, don't go back in there, just come back to my house, right? So she's like, okay, fuck this shit, I'm not doing it. So she goes back upstairs, grabs all her shit, and leaves, comes back to my house. So the shit you just said, basically, with the chick's boyfriend, her ex being rich and all that kind of crap, this was a girl who was getting basically taken care of by some random asshole. And she decided to give all that shit up for me. So, like, people don't understand. I don't tell people this story all the time because she didn't want me to. Stuff people don't know. So, there you go. There it is.
Damn, we know now.
She gave up shit for me. I didn't have fucking money. I have a fucking tiny-ass bedroom. Just cluttered as fuck.
With beer cans.
With beer cans everywhere. Actually, if I go downstairs right now, you'll see it.
Beer cans and fucking cigarette butts.
Thing is, I had it cleaned when she was staying over here, cause whatever. But now she's gone. It's just back to normal.
Oh, what happened to Russian bitch? Oh, she ain't watching it. What happened to that Russian? Remember the girl you met from my VK page, and she went to New York?
Nah, that ended years ago, bro. That ended before she even got here.
Oh, it ended before she got there?
Bro, like 2 months before she came up here, she decided I wasn't good enough for some shit anymore.
And she had another guy somewhere in America?
Nah, she didn't. But she came up here. I still, showed her the back. I went to pick her up from the airport, and she went to Boston or whatever. And then a couple days before she had to go back, she came back over here. She stayed at my house for a couple days. And I took her around. I took her places. We went across a couple bridges. But yeah, that had ended before she even got here. I just did what I did because I did it. That was it.
Yeah, fair enough. All right,
just like
man.
I said, I've been saying, it's like I had feelings for her, so I was like, I'm gonna help you out.
Shit, I'm just gonna close out the video. We can keep talking, but I'm just close out the video. So, all right, yeah, cause I know part 4 was mad long and shit, but maybe I'll divide it in 2 or something. But there you go. If something else goes down, we'll have a part 5. But I'm gonna continue talking to my homie, and we out. Later, Knuckles.